Hey everybody, it's Friday, it's you and I day. We're going to try this even though the storms are looming. Okay, let's see here. Let me refresh this. Our card of the day. Can you still see that? Our card of the day is Five of Wands. If you're new here, we do a card of the day every day, Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky. On Blue Sky, I'm way positive change because I am. All right, so this is the chaos card. It's the Kardashian card. It's expect the unexpected. Could be a delay or a change of plans, change of flights, all that jazz. So there's a little, stay away from the drama people, the drama queens, and everybody that wants to make life a competition, because that's no fun. I'm trying to move that out of the way. Okay. All right, so that's our card of the day. And I'm almost up to date with everyone. I was out with a sinus cold, so I'm still just a little behind. And it's heating up out there. I'm hearing thunder right now, but I couldn't start any earlier. I do want to say prayers for everyone in Texas and all of their families, and for the angels to help us. The most benevolent prayers of all living beings. To help us do a better job, get better people, come together. All right. Speaking of coming together, in the previous reading, our guides and angels showed us, it wasn't that long ago either, our guides and angels showed us that a movement from within the Senate could be a very helpful signal. And it looks like there are 85 of them that have said that they have committed that they would sign for sanctions against Putin. But what they really need is better weapons. And so I really have no, well, we're going to do a reading on this next one because the thought of it just sickens me. But I think that Trump's comments about Putin are not true. I think that he sent Hegseth to do his dirty work and suppressed Ukraine while Putin advanced. That's what I think happened. But, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong. I hope it's not often, but sometimes I'm wrong. I've got a pretty good... I'm much better for reading at other people. I've got a pretty good record for reading for other people. But I have to have someone read for me. So I usually trade or ask, I call it Johnny or Jen. I'm so sorry that the beginning of our 4th of July, that's when I started to really feel bad. I barely made it through that broadcast. But we had great audio problems, and I don't know if it's just because we had so much rain, or I'm not sure. Anyway, I want to know if Trump told Pete Hegseth to withhold military shipments to Ukraine. Okay. Did the orange one actually tell Hegseth? Because he's doing better this time with putting dummies in there so he can tell them what to do and then say, I didn't have anything to do with it, and then let the dummy take the fall. And that's what I think happened, but let's see. So the Pood knew this was going to happen. There was another male involved in this too. So it wasn't just Hegseth. He made a big decision. Yes. Okay. Thank you, guides and angels, because I was pretty sure that's what happened. Because we can't trust anything that comes out of the orange one's mouth. So And I think that possibly sent a bit of a shockwave through the Senate, because we could have lost Ukraine, and we're losing our European allies, and they might lose their overseas vacations. I'm just saying, on their terms. I'm just saying. So I feel like there was one male here that didn't want that to happen. And that might be Rabid Rubio. I used to call him Pitbull a few years back when he was running for president. But he's rabid now. He's not just a lockjaw Pitbull. He's rabidous. Is that a word? That's all I can think of. Okay. That's all I can think of. All right. Except I can't stand him. All right. So let's see. All right. At least I'm caught up in tarot class. We're going to have our class on Sunday. I'm looking forward to that. All right. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Thank you, Roseboro. All right. Did Rubio approve? Hi, Denise. Did Rubio approve? Of this command to halt the weapons flow to Ukraine? Did he approve? Maybe he's only half rabid. Oh, well, there were some words. Now, there might have been some infected drool, but don't they drool when they have rabies? I don't know. I don't want it to come anywhere near me. Okay. All right. There were some tense words about this, okay? Not everybody was on the same page. Thank you for posting your questions on the community post. It's just called posts now because YouTube has to continue to change things just so they just mess us up. It's like trying to change cornflakes. Like, leave it alone. It's a magic formula, All right, listen, they had a fight. So there were some people that, maybe Hegseth said, don't involve me in this, I don't want to go down for this, or who knows? We'll see. Somebody was very hesitant and caught and did not want to do it. And it looks like, let's see, I think he felt like he had to. He was scared to do anything else. So I don't think it was his idea. So maybe he's half rabbit. Well, that makes me at least he has some scaredy catness in him. Okay. All right. Did Hegseth go ahead and put that order through to halt the weapons? Did Hegseth put the order through? I think he did. But there was one other male. He felt a bit bullied about it too, but he's so stupid. There was another male and another female. Oh, and my goodness, there were a lot of people involved in this. So he's just thinking, this is a fine mess I've gotten myself into. This job keeps getting harder, keeps getting worse. And he has to actually work, or at least when he shows up. And I feel like he's being watched. All right. I feel like he's being watched, so I pretty much can go on that one. All right. I just want to know. Let's look at Rabid Rubio's future here. What's going to happen to him in the future? He's hogtied. He looks like he's half drugged when he's there. He wants to be the kingmaker. He wants to be the king, whatever. He wants to be the president. He's concerned about Putin. He is actually, I think he has actual fear for that. And he's holding a lot of secrets. And he knows that Putin is holding massive secrets. Because remember, Trump's relationship goes way back with the Foodster when the Epster was still alive and they were buddies. When the Orange One and Mr. Epps were buddies. Okay, he thinks he's got a wish. He wants to be in. He wants to be president. He wants to be important. And then it looks like there's another male here that knows what happens, and he's betrayed. And so he goes out. I don't know how long that's going to happen. That's going to take to happen. Cups, Ace of Cups takes a little bit. Will Rubio be out of the Trump administration anytime soon? Oh my gosh, there's that heron again. That poor thing. There's a whole bunch of herons that live around here because we're blessed, and there's a lot of water here. And there's it's like a teenager heron, maybe not quite a teen, maybe a junior high heron or sixth grader or something like that. I don't know what's happened to his mom. Usually he calls, his mom calls him back, or his dad or somebody, but he's out there looking for somebody. Somebody's not answering. It's quite concerning because his calls have been getting more frantic. And the rain comes and he goes away. So I'm going to go check on him again later. I might call Crow and ask them. I mean, there's 1,000 people around here. I'm sure everybody else can hear him and see him too. But I will do it. Okay. How soon? It takes a little time yet. And then the secret or the sneak or the steal happens. And then he's looking for something else. It could be another lunar cycle. It could be another lunar cycle. We just had the full moon. So maybe a month, 4 weeks. Okay. Could be a new moon. All right. Okay. Let's see. Will Ukraine be okay? Will everybody be able to save Ukraine? Will they fight? Will they help save themselves? Will the country, the most beloved country of Ukraine, be okay? I want to get as many important questions as I can up front. in case I lose you. Well, they want this to stop. They really liked working with Biden, and they're just like, why? They're heartbroken that he left. They feel betrayed. They don't know what to do. They honestly just don't know what to do. They're really afraid of Russia, the bully. And they wait. Okay, after they wait, are they okay? They just don't feel like anybody's helping them. And they are getting, I'm hearing the word beleaguered. They're feeling, what does that word even mean? Beleaguered. They're getting, they're like taking a pause. Like, I don't know what to do. That's, can't somebody else help us or take this post over or man this gun or drone for me? But after they wait, will the people in Ukraine win? They feel like they're being held. They have to get, some of the leaders in Zelensky, they're scared, they're feared, they don't know what to do. Oh my God, Biden, oh my God. Same cards. Oh good, okay. Because the queen, the lady, the princess that's been stripped of her, well, that's too long of a story, of her robes, she actually becomes the queen when she learns how to extricate herself from that. Okay, that gives me hope. Okay. Fight on. Chariot. Judgment. They will be okay. But it looks like the fight is daunting. It's just, it's terrible. It's terrible what's happening. I feel like they could have been given more help by Biden and maybe this would be over by now. Seriously. Okay. Oh, thank you for writing out the question, T. Barb. Polygamy, it's like hand-packed. Okay, I can see that. Okay. All right, and I want to know, all right, so in our class the other day, we were remote viewing, and we were envisioning where there would be the next weather issue or problem in the United States. And I got Texas, but I got more around Amarillo, which made zero sense to me. But I think maybe, because I saw the stem of Texas where someone said Amarillo is. So I don't know why, maybe just so that I could recognize the state of Texas, maybe that was it. But man, and every time I ask, I hear, or God, my guides and angels say, it's water, 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 water. So we're going to have more big storms, big floods or storms, something really bad happen in the United States anytime soon. Okay, we have to hang on and not be afeared. And that was also the Leo card. Okay. Traditional ethics, rules, and maybe advisories or instruction have just been, there's a fool in there. They're not paying attention. There are some departments that have completely come to an end. Now this can be flooding and having to move or be rescued, but that's being okay. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that it's more rivers where in the United States, what maybe that are lower, that of course are prone to flooding. That's just common sense, but there will be more helpful people from those towns that will help them out. But they've purposely taken out rules around the places that needed help in many of these places, and it's sort of like it's been sacrificed with the hangman there. This is another place where people travel to. Okay. We'll see if we can do. We'll look this Sunday. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to tell you I'm doing readings. I have readings available. I think a couple left in July, but there are many openings in August. That's not very far away. If you'd like, you can go to thewayofpositivechange.com and just scroll down to book a reading. I'd like very much to meet you. Okay. Now, one of you asked me to look at Susie Wiles. Her future, but I want to read this question on Biden first. And again, thank you for posting the questions. Wow, I'm slurping. Okay. Impressive slurping there. All right, so Myrna asked, is Biden working from home, speaking to world leaders? Hey, Lisa Foster. Is Biden working from home, speaking to other world leaders? I would love it so much. I would love it so much if he's on there saying, yeah, don't sign anything. Don't answer his calls. Don't give him the deals. Okay, he does feel like he has security duty to hold to, but it's a lot for him. And he's getting very concerned at what's going on, especially with the armed troops, the guards, the sentries. I wonder if he's going to have somebody else to. Oh, he's having a little problem with his mind. He is. He is talking to them. Speaking, page, usually audible. He's trying to stay up on top of it. And we asked about world leaders and looking out from his tower. And so I would take that as a yes. And this is also communication, quick, rapid communication. Now, then Myrna and a couple of other people asked, is Biden doing okay with his health? How's his mental health? They wanted me to ask. How's Biden's mental health? Joseph R. Biden. What would we all pay to hear that name again? Being up there. Thank you, Durham. Thank you, Lisa. Okay. Well, he has some sadness. He has some sadness that he lost. He has some sadness about his debate performance. He has sadness. And he's having a hard time being present. And his medical doctor didn't give him all that great a news. He has to have a lot of other people help him. Yeah, he has some confusion. But he's trying. Same cards. He's trying. He's trying to outmaneuver the fox in the hen house. That's what he's trying to do. But he needs to be okay. All right. We'll have more time for that next time. I missed you on Tuesday. I missed you guys. I only missed one day. I read some emails like, are you okay? No, but I will be. Okay. I don't think you guys would have wanted me to come on like that. Okay. Besides that, I couldn't possibly think clearly. Okay, so then the next question is President Biden sharing the information that he's speaking with the other world leaders about? Is Kamala Harris is she with him? Is he sharing the information, giving her the information? And, they did both go to the funeral in Wisconsin, that was a big deal. Is President Biden giving the information about the other world leaders? Is he sharing it with Kamala Harris? He is. This is a team of 3 people that are working together on a project that's larger than any one person can handle. So it's 3 sets of eyes, 3 sets of ears, and 3 hearts. And I love that. And they're coming together. A lot of times this card gets a bad rap. It's a very helpful card, And it represents the Mason Templars. Okay, but there's always a but. They really didn't think he would do something that he did. And this gave them pause. Okay. He is sharing. There's the cup. The cup, the dove putting the wafer in the communion cup. It's a receiving chalice. Wow, this really shook them up. What Putin's latest maneuver was in having Trump suppressing the shipments to Ukraine so he could advance. I mean, it isn't any coincidence that while that was happening, that Putin sent what he sent in there. Okay. He wants to send Putin a gift. So what the Putin did hurt him. It made him upset. So, apparently, well, he didn't think something that would, happen. He didn't guard something in specific. I'm not saying he's at fault for anything. This is what happens when we think, that won't happen. I don't have to do that because that probably won't happen. Always trust your instinct. If you get that card, you better trust your instincts. Better take that extra safety. All right. Will FEMA, Freddie Todd's question, will FEMA help both red and blue states, both Republican and Democratic states? Will FEMA be able to help both red and blue states? Because the shifting of that control has been going to the states, but in the future, will they have help? Both red and blue. I'm having a little ad problem on my channel again, so I have to pay attention to it and monitor it, that they don't add anything. For a couple hours after we're done here, I have to keep looking. Okay. Well, there's that card again. They just think people need to move out of those places. They're just like, why didn't you move after the first flood? Or, you're in an area that could flood, why didn't you move? That's what they're thinking. They've cut back the funds so far that it's going to do damage here because of greed. And this is calling out orders or watching from afar. Okay, so I feel that they will. So don't give up. Please don't give up on your prayers. Please don't give up on letters. Even to senators in red states. This is very helpful. And it will be karmic. And that leads me to believe that it'll be karmic. Man, it will be karmic and angelic. Just desserts in some place and beautiful help gestures in another. So I like that. Let's take a look at Kamala Harris. I read on her. If you didn't see that reading, it's in my video bank in the past live streams. I got to rearrange my channel a little bit. It was such a wonderful reading. I was like, I'm never reading on her again because these cards are so awesome. But here we go. What's she doing? What is Kamala Harris doing? What does her future look like? She's trying to make peace offerings. She's trying to communicate and send messages. Not to the people that are in charge, but to other corporations and legacy money corporations like Walmart or Kraft. She's trying to get them on board to protect the United States citizens because they need us, and no one will, if you don't help us, we're not going to purchase your products. Oh, I also wanted to say thank you to Laura and Lorraine for my Amazon present. Thank you. She's trying to balance things out. She's holding on. She feels like she has gained, and this is already happening. She feels like she has already gained some level of power here, or gotten it back, or a level of control. And she wants to help bring balance and harmony to the world. There's one particular character, this might be Musk, I am just saying. It's somebody like that she doesn't really trust, but she is willing to work with. New beginnings, balance and harmony in all things, change of places. So watch for her to move. Watch where she speaks and watch for her to move. She's trying to, same card that Biden had. Yeah, I think this is Musk. I know this is crazy, you guys, but it's not. It's not. Oh my God. Okay, we got to read on him too. Okay, so she goes through a transformation. What happened, this chapter's coming to an end, and she's going to start a brand new chapter. Okay, so that's good. Okay, but where does that chapter go? It's like we got to turn the page here. Okay. Why would she be working with, oh man, these are my Musk cards, because he's such he is. Okay. Is she going to be rising up to take a part in this? Is she going to be a part of the government coming up here? Will she be speaking out? Is she taking a part of the government rule coming up here? Will she be put in her rightful place? Why is everyone saying AG, AG? Did one of the other readers say AG? Oh, listen, her magic is working. Her husband, she values her husband's opinion, and sometimes he doesn't want her to do some things. Most of the time he agrees, but she's got her lawyer and judge clothes on here. Whoa. Okay. Now, is this trying to help the people? There's still a bit of a struggle here. Okay, now then she gets, okay, here she comes back. This is a fight. What's happened? She's making a plan. She has to wait just a little bit more. She's waiting just a little bit more for these changes. Okay. Because remember, the current regime has to go to court because they have to be tried, right? So I don't think she gets in her place until they're out or have been judged or ruled or tried and found guilty. So, but we know that August is next month. But I think MAGA, God, I need to retitle this video. I think MAGA has some of their eyes have been opened. I feel like we're in the beginning of that shifting current. I really, truly, sometimes I don't like it when people say, oh, yeah, we're going to have a shift. We're going to have a shift. We're always shifting, you know. It's been crazy. But I really feel that I feel the tide is turning with the senators coming together on an agreement because, first of all, that hasn't happened in a while. And I read on it before, and our angels and guides said that they would help, probably for their own skin, but some of them actually care about Ukraine and the European allies. But okay. So what happens? I just need to look. So she's going to be okay. Don't worry. She's going to be okay. She's in charge right now. What about, let me just look at, just for clarity, Trump's rest of July. You've got to believe in miracles. I have seen them with my own eyes. But you got to believe in miracles. But I got to tell you something. I did hear something that was so funny. It made me laugh out loud, but it's not true. It was Larry David on, somebody played a clip, I don't know who did it, of that show he was on. And someone asked him, you mean you don't believe in prayers? And he goes, no. And they said, why? And he said, because I'm bald. Oh my God. What happens to Trump? You got to stay centered. You cannot lose your place on your pedestal, and you must, please pray. Please pray. Angels, hear us. Okay. Yeah, curb your enthusiasm. Thank you. Okay, so what happens to Trump the rest of July? Angels and guides, please show us what happens to Trump at the end of July. So I guess it was in, Larry David's contract to be bald. So. Okay. There we go again. Cheater, cheater, pumpkin eater. So it looks like more words will be leaked by Musk. Musk is sending younger people with messages. A lot of bad messaging is coming out about Trump. And his work is, we always get the 10 of wands. So the overreach, he's done too much. He thought he could get away with it. He didn't think, oh, they won't mind if I go this far. But he's done it. He's overreaching. This is the step, right? He didn't pay attention to someone's, he didn't pay attention to something that Musk told him, and now he's gotten himself into a jam. Something that comes back from his family past puts him in bed. And he can't get things done. This is all too much. This is almost like, I'm just going to go play golf. You figure it out. I don't know. You tell me, kind of thing. More of that. Forget it. Anyway, this is just, he can't get anything done. He's limpy. He's really got the limps. Oh man. Okay. So then does he face charges, or what happens in July? They're like, my angels and guides are like, wait, we already told you. Okay, but can we just have a little glimpse? Can we have a hint for our treasure hunt, please? Angels, you told me. We signed up for one more year on August 16th of 2024. So what happens to Trump in August? What happens to Trump in August? We should send my family of mockingbirds that lives on top of my house, because they're fierce. But we should send them. They take them out, I'm sure of it. Okay, he has to go to a very important meeting or calling. Wow, that's my skiff room card. Okay, he's coming up against opposing forces. So let's remember this. I have to name this video something. If you've got any good ideas about what to name this, or T. Barbara, if you get any good ideas, tell me. Text me. Simpsons predict. I don't know. I haven't heard of that. I take your word for it, though. Okay, betrayal. He's already, wait, we're asking about August, so I can't. So the betrayal is on top of him. It's happening. It's too much. His daughter could betray him. Okay. It's always the queens, you guys. I love men, but it's always the queens. Maybe the mockingbirds are all female. Someone needs to go help that poor heron. Okay. There's an announcement made, and a big fat secret comes out. Okay? And he steps in his own, you know what. So this means he cannot he can't proceed. He's stopped. Something stops him. It's got to do with a big secret. So, all right. Okay. All right. Okay, what about, speaking of women in high places, Susie Wiles, the Orange Minister's chief of staff, what does her future look like? Man, my lips are so chapped from my cold. Susie Wiles, Trump's chief of staff. What does his future look like? Her future. Why do I keep calling her a him? Okay. Some of the stuff he's done has gone over the top, so I don't think she agrees with some of it. This job has become very cumbersome. And she's thinking she might make a change. Now, we saw that card. I know, but we saw it with Kamala Harris. Someone could be calling her and say, hey, why don't you do this? You know, maybe Biden and Harris get together and find a way to get her to go. I don't think that's their top priority. Ooh, this is very karmic for her. She's been very foolish. Someone's going to give her very important information. 3 pages. So she really gets her ears filled with secrets here. And she's concerned. Maybe she was a girl that went to camp like me. I went to Camp Manistee. I cried. I was crying. It was terrible about those girls. She's going to make an announcement on paper. There's an important piece of paper. She may move on. She is going to make an announcement, and she's going to go within. Maybe she's going to decide to, I don't know, maybe spend more time with her family. Or maybe she's going to hook back up with Ron DeSatan. So look for her to make an announcement. She's seeking, okay? She is seeking. Oh man, I just saw on the TV scroll because I have to keep it on because I can't see what's going on with the radar. I just saw that Bongino might be leaving his job. I told you miracles happen. I know. If you've had a miracle, can you share it in the comments after this? If you've witnessed a miracle, can you share it in the comments after this video? Because you'll really help bring people's spiritual morale back up a notch. You know, we need to stick together and just know that prayers work, that you must not give up. Nobody ever wins by giving up, right? Okay. All right. Will any more Republicans step down? Lisa Foster wants to know. We're being watched over. We are being watched over. Yes, because they're freaked out. They're feared. They're tormented by what's happening. They cannot believe what happened with Ukraine and Putin. They're just like, I can't be a part of this. I can't be judged for this. We should have done our job. Because they know that the decisions they make can end people's lives. And they're the uprising. So I think they've, okay, so the answer is yes, and it will be because of what's happening with Ukraine and Putin. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh. What else other important questions did you guys ask me? Oh, well, my cat Cindy is coughing. She's getting worse, you guys. Neil Jacobs, Trump's nominee for head of NOAA. Will he be successfully placed, vetted for that job? Man, the ads are crazy on this thing. Okay, Zenny Cat, come here. She's like, F you, I'm coughing. Neil Jacobs, Trump's Orange One's nominee for the head of NOAA. Will he be vetted and placed in this job? I think Bongino is quitting because he's being outed on many of the podcasts, the MAGA podcasts. They're mad. They are mad. And if you don't believe me, watch Midas Touch on that one. They played a clip from some of the most popular, and they are mad. They're saying he doesn't have the knowledge. He doesn't have the book smarts for this Neil Jacobs. He's already thinking about not doing it, but looks like he might. It's a very heavy job. It would be, he'll probably, this may be part of the overreach that is so far that it's just too much. He can't do it. All right. Denny Cat, come here. Zinka. All right. Did we talk about everything? I think I got to close it out for you guys. God, there's the heron again. Okay. Will more senators gather together to go up? Will they get some kahunas and grow some kahunas and make a formidable defense line to Trump? Will more senators? T-Barb's like, how do I print that? Question. Will more senators group together to get their control back and go up against Trump? Will more senators gather together? They don't have a lot of hope right now. Listen, don't count Musk out for what he wants to do, because I think what he wants to do is get more of the people he wants in the Senate and the House. That's what I think his goal is in forming this other party. I think he's going to back. That's what I think he's going to do. He's going to do some other stuff. Okay. They're going to try to make it better. These two are more important. They're going to try to make it better. Okay? They're going to try to bring some semblance of balance back, a balance of control. So it's a yes. It's a yes. Okay. All right, I didn't ask about Musk. I'm sorry, I'm going over you guys, but I got to, now my mind's going, like, why didn't I ask this? Why didn't I ask this? Yeah, see, more Trumpster, MAGA people are feeling duped. All right. Show me Musk's. Will he be successful with this America Party thing? Okay. He gets paranoid, and he doesn't want to. He thinks he can still salvage some of the friendship. He just doesn't. He's like, I don't know, man. Wow, that always comes up for him. Remember, thieves are always trying to take each other places. If two people pull off a great heist, usually one of them shoots the other one and takes the loot. He will be successful with this party for what he wants to do. It's a plan. It's just enough money and information about people didn't think that was happening to make it happen. All right. Oh, that's nice, Mark. Kansas City Chiefs, they've got a heart, you know. Okay. What did I do? Mix them up? All right. So let's just see what is Trump? I mixed them up. See, you just start talking about the Texas thing, and okay. Okay. Oh, it's the flagrant podcast they were talking about. All right. He just needs to tell the truth about the election. Yes. That's a good question. Let's just do that. Will Musk tell the truth? Will he get the truth out about the election, the falseness of it? Will he tell the truth? Will he get that done? It's a lot. He invested a lot in this. He has the secrets. He's got more secrets. He's still contemplating this right now. Someone's offering to keep his peace. But he needs the people. Wow, this seems to be the card of the day. A lot of people are going to get surprised. That's what I have to say. Maybe I should. That's what I'll name this, I think. I believe he will. And he has to lawyer up. This takes a little bit here, but this to me is a yes. He's going to give the information to another lawyer or lawmaker or okay. All right. Okay, let's see. All right. Wow, we've got so many people in the room. Thank you so much. All right, let's do a reading for you and I. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. I'm trying to get to 30,000. Uh-oh, I froze on my TV. On my laptop. Okay. All right, here we go. All right. Let's go ahead and do a reading for you and I. What do you and I need to know? What's the most important thing, guides and angels, that you want us to know today? Thank you, T-Barb. Thank you, Lisa Foster. What do you and I need to know? Information is going to come from places we had no frigging clue. I mean, we've touched on it, But we thought, that probably won't happen. But this also means some other things that we didn't think will happen will take place. I think people are going to be very surprised. Okay. Now I think, please help me remember on Tuesday, when we get together again, if I don't come back on before Tuesday, let's look into some more of the economics of this. Expect the unexpected. And remember, when we were doing tarot class, they're saying, when you're sedentary or you're sitting or you're not doing enough, it's like it's like sitting is the new smoking. It's like work your muscles, work your prayer muscles, work your psychic muscles, get your community jive on, help the local food banks. If you can't protest, make a sign, donate it to the people that run it. So they're saying, get up, don't sit for too long, don't even pause for too long. We're still okay. The magic in the infinity sign is because it's working. We may feel like we're juggling everything, like the whole world is being juggled, but we're still okay right now, right? Prayers and good efforts towards others, small gifts towards others. Work on your intuition. You're smart, you're strong, you're courageous. You know when to put more effort in. The future's full of promise. And so there's new hope, new enterprise, new ideas, new beginnings. Write your prayers, make your wish list, work on your short-term vision goal boards. Keep your eye on the ball and flex your muscles. Okay, so I think this is really important. And write letters. So this Ace of Pentacles are things that are written, Write to Joni Ernst. Let's get at her. Let's get some fire under these people. All right. Listen, we're going to be okay. Things look wobbly right now, but we're weebles. We're going to stand up, okay? We're wobbling, but we're standing up, all right? Okay. We'll read more on the Pood later. I think this is a positive way to ask from our guides and angels. And I think there's going to be people that end up helping that we just really didn't expect. They're just going to come from like out of the blue. Like, wow, where did that come from? And some things that we didn't think were ever going to happen. That's a fact. So, all right, we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. All right, you guys. Sorry I went over. Didn't do too bad today. All right, look forward to seeing you again. And I read your comments. So let me know what you're thinking about this. And I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for all your well wishes. It really means the world to me. Okay? Thanks. Thanks for your patience. Much love to you.